right, Aphidgod tuned Hawkeye Impreza. This is a very, very popular mod on Overtake. Out of the box, she is a little understeery. Riding on models of older Advan Navoa tires. Steering weight feels heavy. I like how much wind noise they put into the interior view. Anybody who's driven a Subaru with their pillarless doors knows they can have a little bit of wind noise. That's why everybody's going away from pillarless doors. They look cool when they're open, but that's pretty much it. You can hear the exhaust sound and the intake noise. Sound is good. Sound feels very realistic. A bit muted. It doesn't feel like you're outside of the car listening to the exhaust. So as far as the mod goes, sound-wise, it's good. So it definitely feels like a stock-tuned car, too. This doesn't feel like a race car. We're not planted to the road. Mod author himself said, because this is based on his real-life car, that it is on coilovers and stuff, but it's not, none of this was designed or tuned to be a race car. Okay, you can get a little Ken Block with her. He said his goal was kind of like a stock plus, you know, like his own version of an STI, if you will. And yeah, I would agree with that. That feels quite applicable here. I think this is going to do good on the lap. It's easy to drive, has plenty of power. You could definitely just manhandle it and it'll just do it. Yeah, okay. So the car feels a little understeery at first. Typical all-wheel drive vehicle. But if you just kind of huck it in and rally it, yeah, treat it like a rally car, and she happy. This is very well done. The physics feel very Subaru-esque. You definitely feel like you're gripping the road with that all-wheel drive system. But you can overpower the tires. This thing isn't making an absolute ton of power. Forget how much. Around 500, I want to say. Put the number on screen. But it is enough. Oh, I'm enjoying this car. Good brakes. Okay, so you can go maybe a little too much with the gas. This is why it's a sim racing game and not real life. Power delivery is smooth. Just has a very nice torque curve to it. Yeah, the setup is very well tuned because you can... A lot of all-wheel drive cars, if you get on the throttle, you know, halfway through the corner, you're just understeering off of the corner. But this is set up very well to rotate under acceleration. Okay, the brakes are good, but they can't stop you from being stupid. A little rowdy there. Good speed, hits the bump nice. Yeah, I would argue it wants to be on throttle. This thing, how can I word this? It doesn't feel as fast as it is, which is good. It instills a lot of confidence in the driver, considering just how much speed you are carrying through these corners. It's going to be a fast one when we do the final lap. This is why taking some time to really dial in your tune when you are tuning a car and pick your parts properly, and don't just go for whatever is the showiest thing. This car doesn't look that much different than a regular Impreza. It's not slammed on its nuts. Doesn't have giant like carbon ceramic brakes or some silly thing. I'm sure somebody makes it for an Impreza, right? And it's not making the most horsepower in the world. There's definitely more powerful Subarus out there. Hell, there's probably more powerful Subarus out there just in my neighborhood. It feels like a real car. The attention to detail that they went into with this mod. I'll link the mod page, of course, in the description. Go through and read all of that. And I do love the story behind this car. It was just a, bone stock Impreza, but it had to recall on the lower control arms. So the owner went, why not throw on some aluminum STI arms instead of the stamped steel ones? And that's how it all began. That's how it always begins. Just one little tweak. And next thing you know, you've spent $30,000 on a regular Impreza when you could have just bought an STI. But this is better. I've driven STIs, and I would argue this is better. It's just not very often you get a complete package tuned car like this. One that doesn't have any glaring faults. And this car just doesn't have any glaring faults. At least nothing outside of a typical Subaru fault. But even then, I would argue the typical Subaru kind of understeerness is gone. Replaced with power on oversteer. Imagine that. Power solves everything. But alright, I think it's time. It's time to do a real lap and see what this baby can do. I finally figured out in this game that I can enable the clutch pedal but still do paddle shifting without the clutch pedal. So that is very nice for my current setup. This mod is definitely heavy on resources, just so you're aware. You can just feel it in the frame rate. The goal of this lap is not maybe to be the absolute fastest, but to be nice and smooth and give this car a fair shake. More brakes. As to proving its worthiness, because this is a good car, good mod. I'm definitely not doing it justice right now. Definitely feels like you could be doing a little bit faster, but it is interesting. To be fast, you have to kind of commit and be on the power. If you're tiptoeing, you'll understeer more. Flat through here. On the brakes a little early. It's bumpy. Yeah, see, Be fast. If you get off the throttle, she understeers more. Flat, flat. Oh yeah, no problem. No problem at all. I still love the wind noise. Probably overslowed for that corner, but I took a really bad line through there. It's alright, we can make up for it in some other sections. One of these days, I want to try drifting up this whole mountain, but man, we're going to need a very good car for that. And I'm going to need a lot more practice. Like I said, probably overslowing for some of these corners, but I'd rather play it a little safe and get to the top than crash and have to redo all of this again. Alright. Second through here. There we go. That was kind of unintentional, but you know, hang in there. All-wheel drive will save your butt sometimes. Not the corner I thought it was. Whew. Clip the hay bale. Already see a couple places I could shave off a couple seconds anyways. Overslowing for some corners. It is a little hard to judge just how much speed you can carry. In certain corners it feels very planted, and then other times maybe not so much. Our favorite rock garden that we love to hit. Stay on the inside here. Alright, let's let the horsepower of this car unwind it a little bit here. Treating her more like a rally car through there. A little less smooth, a little more hucking, if you will. With an H, not an F. Don't get that wrong. Oh, you always think you can carry a little bit more speed through there, but it's a tighter corner than you think. Still impressed with the power delivery of how smooth it is. No spiky turbo here, just nice linear power. I think I'll be restarting my computer after this lap because this frame rate is still not what it should be. Like I said though, detailed mod, you get that sometimes. Get above tree line here in a second part of the course. Heavy on the brakes, ABS definitely saving me there. This thing appears to just have the regular Hawkeye cast iron brakes, but I don't know if it's just the pad compound. It works pretty well. Reacts to heat pretty well. This is all out of the box too. I haven't tuned this at all. There's not a ton of settings to change though, so Much like a real tuned street car would be. You're not going to have all sorts of race car style tuning available to you. Oh no! Wow! Didn't see that coming. Alright, back to where we were. Did the first part of the lap just keeping my trap shut and concentrating. Definitely cleaned up some lines, definitely gained a little bit of time compared to where we were. So let's not screw this up and give this car a good lap time. No crashing into mountainsides. Was definitely just pushing a little too hard. Oop, needed first for there, that's alright. That is my biggest flaw in driving, is when I start pushing. Ooh, almost went off an Evo corner. When I start pushing myself to get faster, you know, I just lose all sense of smoothness. Do that at autocross, do that at the track, do it all the time. See the red mist, start making mistakes. She's definitely fast if you just let her go, huh? You gotta be careful. That corner, it's like downhill, off camber. Wall. Use the wall. Okay, there we go. Well, Gran Turismo shit right there. This one too, downhill off camber. Those are such sketchy corners. I love this thing at low speeds though. Second gear stuff. It's when it really kind of shines on its throttle on oversteer. You can do it in third and fourth, it's just maybe a little bit sketchier. Oh, it's so nice to be in a car with suspension travel on this bumpy ass road. Gonna be a decent time. Are we gonna be sub 11 though? It's gonna be close. Oh boy, here we go. Is it gonna be sub 11? Come on, through the corner. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, I'm gonna crash. There we go. Okay. Woo-hoo! Just sub 11. Definitely made a couple mistakes in the top section because I was yammering on, trying to be entertaining. But all in all, that is a decent time. I'll have to see on the chart where that puts us. 10:59. That actually puts it at number 2 on our leaderboard. I need to leave the leaderboard up because every single time I complete a lap, I'm like, yeah, that was okay. And then I'm like, holy shit, that was actually super fast. Yeah, faster than the 911 Turbo S. Granted, that 911 can go a lot faster. I know it can. But yeah, just behind the R35 Nismo. That goes to show how properly tweaking the car is the way to go. But I am impressed with this mod, not just for its looks, its sound, but the driving of it just feels very Subaru rally car, but street tuned. I think this is a great example of tuning on a car done right, where you enhance what the factory engineers have done. Bring out the best qualities of the car, fix some of the little nuances that are maybe not so good, and just make it a good street car. Is this a race car? It is not. But as far as a livable car that you can take to the track, have fun with, and just a cool car in general, 10 out of 10. Mod is great, car is great. I think we could have taken a few more seconds off that time, but honestly, not a ton, at least not at my current skill level. So at least we got under that 11. 10:58, I'll take it. So it's time to move on to the next one. I think you'll really like it. See you then.